Hello there, Sagittarius, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your January love reading. So we'll be taking a look at the overall energies in your romantic love life, and then we'll be going to the tarot for more details. And if you are enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what you have coming up. Okay, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Yeah, it's just that energy of staying positive that the right person is going to enter your life at the exact right time, right? Yeah, it's just being optimistic. Really nice energy though. So let's see what we have here. Denial, repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface. You know, I'm not sure this is necessarily your energy, but one of the things is that with two of these here, it's kind of indicating that you may, for some reason, have some lingering energy from a past connection. You know, this energy of will love really appear? You know, like you're really optimistic, okay? And maybe you go out on a first date with somebody and, you know, you're all excited. You know, maybe you met them online or something. You're like really excited. And then you go on the first date. And maybe the first date even went well, right? But then, you know, you have a couple, you know, talk on the phone or exchange some text, maybe even have a second date. And it's kind of like, oh, yeah, they're not really the one, you know? So it's kind of this feeling of you may have moments of, yes, I am ready for love. And then you go out on a date that doesn't go so well, or things fizzle out very quickly with something that looks promising. And then you're you're down again, right? It's about, you know, looking at it as if every person you go out with does not have to be the one, right? It's going on the dates or looking, you know, for opportunities to meet people and just being optimistic that it's going to come to you at the right time. And not necessarily being in that energy of almost like desperation, like, you know, I've got to work at this. It's getting into a sense of more of allowing. Yeah, there's this victim mentality here. You know, this it's just not gonna happen for me. So let's go to the tarot, because usually when you're in this energy, it's because you have something blocking new love from coming in. And then when the new love is denied or delayed, I should say, you know, you get further and further into this, right? It's kind of like, is it ever going to happen? It is. It is. Yeah, your present energy. Okay, so we're going to clarify, but here you are, you're really wanting the Ten of Cups. You're wanting, you know, it's almost like your expectation is, this is what I want. I'm putting it out to the universe. I put it out to the universe, and where is this? You know, this is the long-term committed relationship. Somebody that's going to go the distance. Somebody that can be emotionally you know, connected, committed. It's this energy of, you know, cherishing each other. It's almost like the energy of what we see in the movies. To me, is kind of like, you know, like you watch a romantic movie and you're kind of like, yeah, that's what I want. Sometimes it is, especially since you have repressed emotion, rejection, unable to see below the surface, right? It's almost as if, are you almost putting love out of reach? Because you're looking almost for something that is almost unrealistic. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't try to manifest our what we consider our 10 of cups. But here's the thing. If you're trying to manifest something that is just completely, this to me, okay, Sag, this is the way I'm looking at it. This is, you have your dream person in mind. They have all of the attractive qualities, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that you want. They have no flaws. They come home from a hard day at work and they want to give you a foot massage. They want to cook you dinner. They always want to watch your favorite shows. They never have a bad day. They always look hot. Right? I mean, it's kind of like, okay, we all maybe want that, but it's as if your expectation is something that no real person could really live up to. And so when your expectation is kind of out of the reach of just, what real people are like, right? It's almost as if you are going to be disappointed all the time. Instead of making a list of a few qualities that are super important to you in your core values, okay? Honesty, integrity. Maybe you do want somebody that is a good provider, that is financially stable. Those are qualities that you could look for and ask for in a romantic partner. But it's almost as if you're kind of focusing on kind of like, instead of looking at this person with the big picture in mind, it's almost as if you have a checklist of things that you would like from this person, such as foot massages. Now, I'm not saying, right, that you may not be able to manifest somebody that is really attractive and likes to give you foot massages. But is that the main thing that you want from somebody in a long-term committed relationship? Or would you prefer to have somebody that is attractive to you, is also honest, has integrity, listens to you, has compassion for you and your family and for your connection, is more in tune with your connection than other external things? So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Let's see. Yeah, you're quickly, this is your obstacle. You're quickly moving on. So it's kind of like, you go on a date, you find, and you say, maybe you have a conversation with them. Okay, I'm going to come back to the foot massages just because I am. Okay, you go on a date and everything seems to be really good. And then you say, what do you think about foot massages? And, the person you're on the date with says, not my thing. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, moving on. It's as if you're looking at, I'm not saying that, foot massages could be really important to you, right? They could be, if that's really super important. But is a foot massage more important than honesty? It's about getting down to the nitty-gritty as far as what's really important. Because I feel like you're being a little bit too stubborn. You're cutting out people a little bit too quickly. and you're not getting to know them and their core values. It's kind of like you have your quick little checklist and you go through it really quickly on that first date, and you ask the foot massage question and they're like, no, not my thing, and you're like, okay, out of here, see you later. And the reason that you may be doing that is because you're not really ready to commit yourself, right? Because if you're really ready to commit yourself to a relationship, then would you be really basing love on a foot massage rather than honesty? So let's see. Wheel of Fortune. You're going to turn the wheel when you, it's about giving up. It's almost like stubbornness, but it's really, to me, I feel like you're doing this because it's a boundary. It's, you're protecting your heart. You got hurt in the past. And so now it's kind of like almost protecting your heart. If you have unrealistic expectations for your true love, right? Then nobody's going to meet those expectations. And then therefore your heart can never be broken again because you'll never fall in love. It's this energy of learning something, of looking differently at yourself, looking differently at what it is that you really want out of a true love connection. Yeah, and when you get to that point, Sag, when you get to that point, then you're going to be able to commit and find a person that is committed to you. It's that energy of you're not committing to yourself for what it is that you really want out of a love partner. You're not looking below the surface. You're looking at, their physical attributes, or maybe just how much money they make, or their car that they drive. But it's, that can all go away really quickly. If you want a true 10 of cups, right? Somebody that you're with for the long term, what does that person look like 20, 40, 60 years down the road? Are they holding your hand when you're sick? Are they bringing you ginger ale and crackers? Are they with you through the good times and the bad times? Maybe giving you those foot massages. You don't have to throw out the foot massages. It's taking a look at what is it you want from this partner on down the line, not just when you're dating. Really interesting kind of energy. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. 4 of Wands on the bottom. You really do, in your heart, Sag, that's what's coming out, is that you really do want somebody that's stable, is going to help build a happy home with you. But it's a stable home, something that's not going to fall apart, right? The other thing that I'm getting is if your parents were like divorced, right? There could be... maybe say your parents are divorced and your father always refused to give your mother foot massages. He was like, no, that's not my thing. So now you're kind of like, oh, well, wait a minute. Do you give foot massages? Because that's, if you don't give foot massages, you're almost like linking doesn't like foot massages to divorce. It's something like that you're kind of, when you get this block out, the love comes in because you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? Yeah, it's about understanding that when you are really wanting to offer your love and you're really willing to accept love, that it's going to come. And you may not be ready for that yet, Sag, right? You may not. But when you're really ready to commit to yourself and commit to your love, a long-term love relationship, and understand that that means that you don't run away when things start getting a little bit more committed, right? That it will come in. The love will come in. That it's there. It wants to come in. It's the fact that you are possibly just blocking it because I feel like you're a little bit afraid, and that really comes out of something that happened in the past. You're just afraid. Is this really what I want? So let's see what this Six of Swords is. Yeah. High Priestess. You're for some of you, you are using your career as an excuse. I'm not saying that you quit your job, but you could be somewhat hiding, walking away, hiding behind your work. If you really want love, it is kind of a bit of, really putting yourself out there, right? If you're casually dating and just having fun dating and getting to know people, that's different than really starting to look at things from, I'm looking for a long-term committed relationship. If you're casually dating, right, you might want to go out with only really hot people, right? Or you might want to go out with somebody that has a lot of flashy money and is willing to spend it on you, or somebody that's really fun, right? But then when you get down to what is it that you want love to present? What is the real love that you want presented to you? What characteristics does this person really have? When you get down to that, then the love will really come in. You also have to remember that you have to get aligned with this, right? You also have to be, whatever you are trying to attract, you also must be, because you attract what you are. So if you're not totally committed to a relationship, you're not going to attract somebody that's totally ready to commit to a relationship. Yeah, it's about trying to, for some of you, you could be even saying to family and friends, like if they're saying, oh, Sag, are you dating anybody? Are you seeing anybody? You might say, oh, I'm so busy at work. I'm trying to build my financial security. See if that kind of resonates with you. All right, King of Swords. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. Four of Cups. Every offer that comes, you're just kind of like, nope, that's not what I want. And the reason is because you're blocking it, Sag. You're blocking it. The Nine of Wands is that energy, the wounded warrior. You've been through a lot. You may have dated or had, pretty deep relationships with some people, more than one person, right? You've been through a lot with love. And it's kind of like, okay, you almost have this energy of, okay, well, then it's only got to come in the way that I want it. You may feel like you compromised a lot in the past, right? You gave up things in the past in order to try to get a relationship to work, but there's also a need for healthy boundaries. Understanding that, if you go out with your girlfriends every Tuesday night, right? And you start dating somebody and it's kind of getting serious or whatever, are you, in the past, you may have stopped doing the Tuesday night get-togethers with your girlfriends. And, perhaps this is something that you really want to keep in your life. Your other friendships, There's nothing wrong with that. As long as when you're getting together with your girlfriends, you're not out, trying to find other people to date, right? As long as it's all just fun. Yeah, it's kind of you're rethinking what it is that you want in a committed relationship. And it could be that you're just kind of ascending, maturing from what you thought that you wanted or what you were dating, and you're changing your mindset about that. And it could be because you have dated a lot of people and you've recognized, that's part of dating, is when you date different people, is that you get to, you kind of get to try different people on, figure out what it is that you want for a long-term committed relationship. What has worked, what hasn't worked, what qualities in those people that you've dated did you really, really think, this is something I really want in somebody that I have a committed relationship with? And what are some of those qualities you don't want, right? Because that's probably what's ended those relationships. Yeah, you're just the Hermit again, going within. I think there's something about going within and really taking a look at, what are you, I really feel like, what are you afraid of in love? What's blocking you? What are you concerned about? And then taking some time, if you need to heal that, because there is anxiety. I feel that in the past, I'm going to tell you with these two cards together, I feel in the past that you have had love partners or dated people that were somewhat narcissistic. These two together are a manipulative, controlling energy. You're afraid of that. You don't want that. And so what you're doing is you're kind of, coming up with this list that's kind of, unrealistic about what it is that you want in a love partner. But it's really just because what you don't want is this again, right? So it's really about taking a look, and if you need to, seeing a counselor or a therapist. If you keep attracting, controlling, manipulative people into your life, it's about taking a look at that. What is it about, a codependent, this is kind of like a codependent relationship. Why are you attracting that? Because you're getting hurt from it. So why are you attracting that? What is it that these people have in common? And it probably has something to do with your childhood. You may feel like, somebody that has a lot of money is going to be able to provide for me, is going to keep me safe financially, right? But sometimes, this is not always true, sometimes those types of people also feel like their money is their power, right? And they can use the money to manipulate those that are around them. There's something there, Sag, that, is blocking true love coming in. Because honestly, you have it coming in. It's about allowing it to come in by removing the block. This is the way I'm looking at it. You see how the Wheel of Fortune has all of these wheels, right? Gears. It's almost as if this block right here is a spoke in one of those wheels and is preventing the wheel. It's to move. It's like a block. It's just, all you have to do is pull that block out, and then this wheel turns and the love comes in. Yeah, so stay optimistic. Take a really good look. The Page of Wands has the magnifying glass there. Take a really good look at what, maybe there's something here that I said that kind of like, you got that little ping in your heart that, that might be kind of true, just kind of take a look. Go back to what is it you really want, when you're married 40, 50, 60 years down the road. What do you want in that relationship? That's the key, right? That is the key. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, here's your love oracle card, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Yeah. See, this stay optimistic, this wheel of fortune. Like I said, this person is on the way. You just have to, first of all, you have to believe this person is on the way. And then you have to, it's about also allowing this person to come into your life. Not moving on too quickly, right? Getting to know them at a deeper level. If, you're looking for somebody that drives a fancy sports car, right? And they pull up and they're driving a 4-door sedan, right? And you're kind of like, well, yeah, well, that's not on the checklist. Okay. But also ask yourself, what does that sports car say about that person versus the 4-door sedan? Which one is more in line with what you're looking for a long term in your soulmate? If you go into the restaurant, right? And the one person, say you go on 2 dates, and the one person, is kind of rude to the waitress, right? Doesn't pull out your chair, right? We'll say chivalry is alive, right? Doesn't ask you about you, right? Wants to only talk about themselves. That's this energy over here. I'm too good for everybody. I don't need to really listen to anybody else's story. My story is so exciting, right? Or do you want somebody that, is kind? Maybe helps you off with your coat. Oh, it takes, helps you into your chair. Listen, oh, how was your day? What's your family like? Asking you questions about you and your life. Which one do you want to spend the rest of your life with? And then I think once you get into that vibe, it's like this person comes marching in very quickly. All right, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And if you did resonate with the message, I'd love to hear how in the comments, or please consider liking or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.